reporting live, Mr. Crunch 215. I'm back today again with some more Black Ops 3 gameplay. Today's gameplay is going to be based on class setup with the CUDA. But before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to Thunder. You can visit his page. He do daily shout outs. He do daily video posts. I also want to give a special shout out to my 219 subscribers. If you haven't visited my page or seen any of my videos, you should know that once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I will give away a free Scuf 4PS Infinity controller to one lucky subscriber that's active and supportive. But to get into the video, the reason why I chose the CUDA because it has minimal recoil and it has a good fire rate. Now, for my first attachment, we're going to throw on suppressor. The reason why I throw on suppressor is because I feel like suppressor gives you better hit detection and it keeps you off the mini-map. For the next attachment, we're going to use stock. Anytime you're in a gun battle, well, the reason why I use stock because anytime you're in a gun battle, you always want to strafe. You always want to move left, right to keep your opponent off balance. Now, that's the only two perks I use for this weapon. Now, to get into the perks, our first perk is going to be Flat Jacket. Now, I watch a lot of videos, I see a lot of gameplay, and I never see a lot of people using Flat Jacket. The reason why I use Flat Jacket is because I'm always on the outside of the map, and sometimes I have to come into the middle. And what people like to do is just throw bombs across the map, throw bombs anywhere. So you always want to have protection. And another thing, a lot of people use the War Machine, and the Flat Jacket does help against the War Machine. Pretty, not as helpful as through a bomb, but it does help a little bit. Now, our next perk is going to be Fast Hands. You always want to, everybody sprints. Nobody walks around the map. So while you're sprinting, you always want to have the up advantage on the next person. So while you're sprinting, you can aim faster. And if you have, if you do use this class setup and you have a secondary gun, you can switch guns faster. But on this class setup, there is no secondary gun. So the perk is basically just used for aiming faster while sprinting. Now, our next perk it's kind of up in the air, because you're going to run out of bullets if you're going 30 and 0, 40 and 0, you're going to run out of bullets. So it'll probably be best to put Scavenger on. Once you put Scavenger on, you can pick up weapons. I mean, not weapons. You can pick up ammo supply once you kill a person and all that. But if you don't decide to use Scavenger, my best advice for this class setup is to put on Ghosts. That'll be the next best thing. Now, we covered Scavenger. Okay. So my next perk would be awareness. If you have a good quality headset like the Astros or Turtle Beaches, awareness is your best friend. You hear everything. You hear people walking across the map, farther away. It don't give up the exact location, but at least you'll know that someone's in the vicinity. For our next perk and our last perk is the most important of all. Is dead silence. Now, the reason why I chose awareness and dead silence to go together is because once you have awareness on, you'll notice that if you don't have dead silence on, you're going to hear your footsteps along with your teammates' footsteps, and it kind of messes you up. So the reason why you put dead silence on is because it eliminates your footsteps in your headphones, so that if you're on an island by yourself and your teammates are way across the map somewhere else, you won't hear your footsteps. You'll hear the other team's footsteps. Plus, if somebody else has awareness on, it counters it so they won't hear you and stuff like that. Now for that class setup, that's all I use. I can get into the score streaks. Now, the score streaks I use is UAV, Sensory Gun, Hater. You always want to have UAV. You always want to know where people are on the map. You always want to know if, because if you're by yourself on the map and your team is across the map somewhere, you want to know, what you're up against. The reason why I use Sensory Gun is because you can hold down a certain part of the map. Like as you can see right now, I'm on this side of the map, and if I had a Sensory Gun, I could place it somewhere and I could look the other way and know that, I'm protected behind my back. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And for the Hater, the Hater just does the Hater. You can see enemy movements, you can see where enemies are at, you can see where, how they're moving, which way they're going, stuff like that. But, the score streaks is optional. You can use any score streaks you want. If you're, I can get motherships all day, every day, and all that, but I don't use it. I like to get score streaks daily. And that's pretty much it for the video. If you do use this class setup, comment down below and tell me what you think. Tell me how it is. If you have any questions or comments, just leave a comment down below. Make sure you guys subscribe, drop a like, and do all that good stuff. Remember, 1,000 subscribers, free SCUF 4PS Infinity controller giveaway, and another shout out to Thunder. It's Mr. Crunch 215, and I'm out.